How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another Shaving with Serge. All right. And this one is gonna be more a tutorial than an actual shave. I told a buddy of mine that I was going to show him how I make my bowl lathers. So that's what mainly this video is gonna be focused on. It's gonna be long, boring, I don't know, might find some interest in it. I didn't even choose my brush, so let me choose my brush. Let's see, which brush do I want to use today? Boom, 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 boom. When I bowl lather, I really like synthetics. So that's just my personal preference. I do not get the same lather I really like with a Badger when I bowl lather. So let's see. Oh, just because it's on camera, it's so hard to pick one, huh? You know what? Let's go. I'm gonna be using my Dark Sanctum brush. Here we go, Dark Sanctum, check it out. They're on Instagram, Facebook, 3D printed shave stuff, and other materials. That's my buddy right there. So the soap, I'll be using Holy Ka, Vor V. Beautiful. Leather, musk, and that hint of that sweetness from the raspberry. Okay, so when I bowl lather, I use my Smiles for Miles scoop. Do you need a scoop? No. But you know this hobby, boom, have a scoop, all right? And as you can see through my scrape marks, I just scrape, man. I scrape a rotation around the soap. Sometimes I scrape just the top layer because I want to even it out. It doesn't matter, man, how you scrape it. As long as you're getting soap, that is all that matters. So far you see this worm, all right? And I'll put that in my bowl, all right? How much do I get? Do I measure it out? No, I straight out eyeball it. Is that enough? Nope, so I'm gonna return back to the soap. Got some more, all right? And you can see I'm just continuing to scrape just the top layer because that is my preference. This shave around, next shave, it may not be, all right? I'm gonna place it in the middle of my bowl and I actually a little squeeze it together to get an idea about how much soap I'm gonna use. And this is about the amount I'm gonna use for my shave. This is about a normal amount, I would say. It is the size of what? Not quite a grape, a small grape, bigger than a blueberry, all right? That's about the amount I need for my soap, for my shave, for my lather, all right? So boom, now I'm gonna press it down, and I'm gonna press it down, and I'm gonna start spreading this around my bowl, okay? So spread it around, circular rotations. The thinner the soap is spread out, the better, in my opinion. It breaks down faster than if you have it all clumped up together. And in my opinion, it doesn't break down as easily, and you get soap clumps in your lather. Harder to break them all down, okay? That's it. That's how it looks like now. It's all spread thin across my bowl. There's some on my thumb, and I'll just rub my thumb across the edge of my bowl. And now I'll wipe it off on my trusty towel. Let me close my soap. All right, and the brush. Sometimes I soak it, and then some, just because it's out of habit, you know, I have my Shaving with Serge mug, so it just makes it cooler to use it, you know? Or sometimes I just run it under the faucet. This is synthetic, right? Let me show you on camera. So after it's been collected all my water, right? I'm gonna squeeze out all that water. I give it a nice hard squeeze, okay? And then I actually wring it out. I want a damp brush. I don't want any water in my knot because it's gonna throw off the amount of water I put into the bowl. If there's a lot of water in this knot, now that water is gonna transfer into the bowl. So I like just a damp knot. I squeeze that water out. I wring it out. I don't want the water in the knot. Now I use my trusty sprayer, okay? 1, 2, 3. How much water that is, I don't know, but that's 3 sprays, all right? So, what am I doing? There you go. All right, so you can see, try to couch the amount of water that's in there, all right? And now we're gonna work it. Let me step back, Try to find in the bowl, okay? I'm gonna work it. And this is one of the most important parts of my lather, I feel, is you're letting the bristles do the work and the rotation. You're not applying downward pressure and strength into mixing it, because in my opinion, what that does is it adds air to the lather. Yes, you get a lather faster, but it is not a good consistency. You get too much air into it, you start to see those bubbles, it gets voluminous, but the structure isn't there. So you're gonna work it, and like I said, I'm applying little pressure, little to no pressure. It's the weight of the brush, it's the bristles, it's actually doing the work, okay? And I slowly rotate the bowl a little bit, I'll slowly rotate the brush. Okay, I need more water now. So you saw last time I did 3 sprays, right? So now I can tell it's still dry. I'll do 2 sprays, okay? 2 sprays, sometimes maybe 3. Today, I felt like 2, okay? And I'm gonna keep working it. One way you know, in my opinion, if you're putting too much pressure as well, is that your lather is building up on the sides. It's overflowing in the bowl, you know? It's not a good structured lather you get. Yeah, it's quicker, but if you want that sour cream consistency lather with that shiny gloss, a lather that just doesn't look like shit, in my opinion, it's gonna be the weight of the brush and the rotations, okay? And I'm gonna keep doing this. Sometimes the lather starts to spread out to the edges, right? I'll just bring it back down to the center of the bowl. And we're gonna keep mixing, all right? This is gonna be a little process, all right? Building a good lather is gonna take a little bit of time. How long it's gonna take? I don't know, best guess, 5 minutes, you know? All right, like I said, I rotate the bowl a little bit, and I rotate the brush. All right, now I need more water. Put that brush down. We're gonna add 1, 2, let's do 3, overload of water. So now that's been 3, that's been 6, that's been 8 times I've added water to it by the squeezes, right? And I'm gonna keep just working this now, working this. Now I'm starting to get that lather going off to the edges. I'm gonna bring it back to the middle of the bowl. And now I'm gonna start going for a little faster. Okay. As I'm moving the brush around, I can see not all this, there's still a little bit of thin layer of soap that isn't broken down in those lines. Okay, I'm getting to the point now where as you can see, I haven't mentioned that, but I use circular rotations mainly as my preference for building the lather. If you go down into it, you splay that knot and you're scrubbing, that's adding that air in there. And it's, like I said, you're creating a voluminous lather, but it's airy and the structure just isn't good. You're not getting that sour cream lather consistency that I like. You're getting more of a whipped cream, and it's just nowhere near as good a lather, in my opinion, okay? So like I said, I'm gonna keep working it because I can see in those ridges, some of that soap hasn't broken down yet, okay? Just still, there's a thin layer. Mainly circular rotations is how I do it. I'm starting to work it, and this can still take a little bit more water. I'll bring that lather that it's building, bring it back down. Okay, and this is where I'll push down on the knot, like that, and I get some of that lather that's trapped in the knot back into the bowl. I'm gonna add 1 more, 2 more. We're probably almost there where I want that lather, okay? Now I'm gonna start whipping this lather. That lather that's creating, now I'm adding, now that lather and that water, I'm adding the water just for slickness now, because I want it more slick, okay? Okay, now after I've gotten this lather that I like, You see it? See that gloss? Now, because that leftover lather, now I'll splay the brush. Now I'll splay the brush and begin breaking down that, maybe if there's a little bit of thin lather that didn't break down as I'm rotating the brush and the bowl. See, and it creates, when you do that, it creates more of a voluminous lather. That's why I save it to the very end. I don't do it in the very beginning because it just adds all of that air to it, okay? Now I'm barely at the end of my lather. Am I adding just a little bit more pressure that's allowing the knot to splay? I'm still not going crazy with that pressure, okay? And now I'm gonna do one more round of water. 2, that's it. We're gonna be done with the water afterwards. And now that lather that's in there, now I'm gonna be whipping that water into it, all to create just that texture that I need, that I want. Getting this on camera is a little harder than, normally I don't do it up like this. It's more down of a comfortable location. This is higher, a little not normal, but that's all right. We step back. I did that because of the banner. All right, so this, you can test it too by touching it. You begin to see the peaks that it creates, okay? And this is the lather. This is good to go. This is shave ready for me. This is shave ready for me. I'm gonna put it to the camera, and there's little to no bubbles in that. This is the type of lather I like. Okay, little to no bubbles. It's glossy. It's more of a sour cream consistency, closer to sour cream than it is whipped cream, okay? Whipped cream is more airy, voluminous. I'm gonna wet the face. We're gonna paint this on, okay? All right, this is good, okay? I like this lather. It's glossy, it's creamy, it's a good lather. Here we go, carve, stainless steel polished carve with a first time use Voss cod. Shaving with the D is so different for me. I have to put some under my neck, but that's okay. All right. Now we're gonna go in for pass 2. And this is just how I create my lather, okay? This is my preference, what I like. And whatnot. I'm sure there's all kinds of way to make it, but this is my way. This is my routine and this works for me. right, second pass, and let's get into the third pass, the final pass, the against the grain. And this is where never fails for me. I usually get weepers with my DE. So I'm gonna do my best to remember technique right now. Little to no pressure. It's usually around my lip area. And here we go, moment of truth. Oh, let me do this. All right, let me rinse off and check it out for my close-ups, my touch-ups. I need a towel. All right, I'm back. Stepped out of frame for a bit. Excuse me, forgot on camera. As soon as it was coming out, I was like, I'm still filming. I do need some touch-ups. Touch-ups with a DE. I'm still not the best with. And I purposely chose right now to apply the lather super thin because that's how I like it for touch-ups. All right, now getting close. With a DE is still hard for me for touch-ups. I don't get as close as I do with a straight razor, in my opinion. Straight razor, I'm able to get right to the pinpoint area, those tiniest hairs that I want. But all in all, not a bad shave. It's a good shave for me, especially for DE. My opinion, I don't ever get as close of a shave as I do with a straight razor. That little hair right there is bothering me. This is close. I'm gonna get that one, I guess. I know if I had a straight razor, I just pop it out. I just spit out saliva, what the hell? All right, that's good. I'm gonna keep chasing a BBS shave, and I'm gonna cut myself up, so I'm gonna stop. But that's not bad, it's a close shave. All right, so, and for the balm, gonna be using this last of a sample of King of Oud balm. Should have gave it to my buddy yesterday. Totally forgot I had this until I pulled out a new blade right now. The King of Oud balm is a little darker smelling than the soap itself. The soap comes off more of a rose floral, in my opinion. This definitely smells more of the oud. The oud is more dominant than the rose, in my opinion. All right, you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys.